Hello guys and welcome to my new video, and I had to do a video on Holy Paladins because there's been a lot of changes. If you're watching this video right now, know one thing. There's one thing to be known right now. Holy Paladin is extremely volatile. They've been getting so many changes in the last 2 weeks that honestly at this point, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I don't think anyone really knows. There's been a lot of talk about the range build. Conduit, Holy Light Conduit has been nerfed. There's been a lot of talk about the what's going to be the go-to in raids. Are you going to be range? Are you going to be melee? There has been a lot of changes regarding that. There has been Holy Shock buff. There has been World of Glory buff. There has been Light of Dawn buff. Quite recently, Crusader Strike mana cost has been reduced. And there's been basic changes today where they actually nerfed Holy Light Conduit. And they also made huge quality of life improvements to Necrolord ability, Vanquisher's Hammer, which I'm using right now. And this is the reason that I want to try out Vanquisher's Hammer and Necrolords, because generally speaking, it's something that not a lot of people have been talking about. A lot of people have been talking about Kyrian Divine Toll, which I still feel is probably going to be very, very strong in Mythic Plus, because Shock Barrier Legendary, which applies and absorb on people to get Holy Shock, the cap used to be 3, now it's lifted to 5. So now if you go Divine Toll Kyrian, and you use your Divine Toll, which is going to hit 5 members, it's also going to apply 5 absorbs, which I feel there is a really strong synergy with it. So you can see that Blizzard is doing I don't know what they're doing here. Paladin is extremely volatile. I don't know what's going to be the best way to go. I think there's still going to be changes incoming, and it's relatively scary. In terms of Vanquisher's Hammer, you don't have to spend Holy Power to use it, which I feel is a big quality of life improvement. So what I can do right now, Vanquisher's Hammer, cast my World of Glory, and you see my Light of Dawn has been applied on everybody. So this is something that I've been using, trying it out, seeing how it works. Is it worth it? Is it good? Is it bad? And things like that. I'm still running Glimmer of Light, and I forgot to mention, Glimmer of Light talent has been nerfed. So even though Holy Shock was buffed, even though World of Glory was buffed, Glimmer talent, or Blizzard decided to take away a lot of strength from Glimmer. So let's go for Prideful. So the guy's there, it's fine, we're not gonna get hit here. We're gonna use Vanquisher's Hammer, we're gonna get 3 Holy Power, we're gonna cast World of Glory, Light of Dawn, hit members, and we can heal for more. And generally speaking, again, there is a big talk about how is Holy Paladin AoE healing and things like that, and is Glimmer going to be the way to go? How do I play ranged? What do I play in Mythic Plus, or what do I play in raids? In raids, I'm honestly, at this point, I'm not sure what build is going to be the way to go. I'm going to be testing out later on. In Mythic Plus, I think it's safe to say you're going to be running Crusader Strike build, or you're going to be running a melee build, because guys, when you have downtime, you want to attack mobs, you want to add DPS. And considering the fact that Blizzard has reduced the mana cost of Crusader Strike, that's a plus towards the Crusader Strike build, even though mana is not that big of a deal in Mythic Plus, because as you can see, we killed Prideful. And what happens when you kill Prideful? You get a huge mana boost. Shield of Righteous has also been nerfed in terms of... Okay, Vanquisher's Hammer. We get 3 Holy Power. We use World of Glory. Light of Dawn has been... Light of Dawn was cast automatically on everybody. You have to keep in mind, I'm trying out the new Legendary here. Again, this build that I'm using right now is not going to be, or I'm not saying this is the best build for Mythic Plus. The whole point of the video is basically, hey guys, there's been some really big changes to Holy Paladin. I'm trying out some different covenants that I feel have certain synergies. So right now I'm trying out a different entity, which is Shadow Breaker, which Light of Dawn rage is increased, and also it basically makes the characters or friendly targets that hit by Light of Dawn to get easier benefit from your mastery. So if you have a lot of mastery, this build could actually be very interesting. But again, you're probably not going to be stacking a lot of mastery in Mythic Plus as a Holy Paladin, because you don't want, or mastery does not affect one of the biggest advantages of playing a Holy Paladin, and that is damage. So again, I'm just basically trying out a different build. I've tried out Light of the Martyr before. There was a video that I uploaded before as well, which I thought was really interesting. Okay. So we're gonna try this out. We have Holy Avenger, which we're running right now. We're gonna apply. He's going for a juicy one here. This is gonna be a juicy one here, guys. So we're using Vanquisher's Hammer. We're gonna use World of Glory here. Basically, everyone or almost everyone got hit by it. I'm gonna use Bubble here because I'm getting a little bit wrecked. we're gonna use this is fun. Okay, Vanquisher's Hammer, Crusader Strike, Holy Shock come back, Wall of Glory, Light of Dawn hit on everything, Hammer, Holy Shock, Wall of Glory, and we did it, guys. We could heal through it with a very weird setup. You have to keep in mind as well that Vanquisher's Hammer change is a big quality of life improvement because you no longer have to spend holy power on it. The biggest problem with Vanquisher's Hammer, in my opinion, was that, hey, everyone's about to die, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use my Vanquisher's Hammer, but hey, I don't have holy power, everyone's dead. So now you don't have to do that, because it doesn't cost holy power, but the problem is, Vanquisher's Hammer damage has been nerfed. So let's go. I have my wings, I have my Vanquisher's Hammer, the other guy got hit, I dispel, I use Wall of Glory, I wanna try hit everybody, I hit 4 people in total, but I had to kind of move away. And again, because I'm using Shadowbreaker Legendary, every person who gets hit by my Light of Dawn, it increases my mastery, or it makes my mastery more usable, because again, Holy Paladin Mastery requires you to stay stacked, but with the Legendary, if I hit people with my Light of Dawn, it provides more leeway in terms of where I'm standing. But you have to remember, Shock Barrier, which is a legendary that has been very, very popular. Used to have no cap, then it got a 3-person cap, and now it has a 5-person cap. Could be very interesting as well to use with Divine Toll. And generally speaking, one of the best covenants, or one of the best legendaries for Holy Paladins in mythical scenarios, was considered to be Relentless Inquisitor, which basically gives you like 6% haste. When you think about it, what can you do with a 6% haste? That's the thing. You can deal damage and you can heal. And it's really, really sad, in my opinion, that possibly one of the best legendaries in Mythic Plus for Holy Paladins is a Retribution legendary. I think Blizzard should really look into this. And again, it doesn't really make sense, in my opinion. We did a bigger pull here, which again is this boss has been bugged probably for 2 weeks. And you can randomly get feared, but thank God it didn't actually happen here. Again, we're using a lot of Wall of Glory here. Wall of Glory has been buffed, Light of Dawn has been buffed. Generally speaking, Holy Paladin's throughput has been buffed, but to some extent it was offset by Glimmer of Light nerfs. So let's use our Vanquisher's Hammer using Wall of Glory. Everybody got hit by Light of Dawn. We're doing a bit more healing. We're going to go Wings because we want to do more damage. We need to apply Glimmer, Hammer, we got hit there. Again, Hammer again. The little the weak card tells me that Prideful is going to happening very soon. Because I am Necrolord, I didn't get to pick the best, or at least the soulbind that I'm biggest fan of, which is the Emni. And because Emni has Lead by Example, which gives you an intellect boost to you and your allies, and it basically works really well with abilities that are short cooldown. Twilight or Vanquisher Hammer has 30-second cooldown, which you could consider Emni to be a really good option. But again, like I mentioned, I'm not sure if Vanquisher's Hammer is going to be a way to go in Mythic Plus. It's something that I'm trying out. So far, it's been pretty interesting, but again, I really do kind of miss, if I'm being honest with you, I do miss Divine Toll, because Divine Toll feels so good in terms of AoE healing. I think it has very big advantages in terms of the amount of AoE healing that it provides. I want to do damage. I'm going to use Shield of Righteous. Let's get more AoE healing. We can't do it. We're using Vanquisher's Hammer, Wall of Glory, Light of Dawn, a lot of members. Hammer of Wrath. Again, I still think it's a fun playstyle. I still think Holy Paladin is fun. I don't know if it's more fun than BFA. You have to remember, in BFA, Holy Paladins were absolutely kings, both in raids and Mythic Plus. And maybe Holy Paladins are going to be more of a mid-tier healer. Their utility is still extremely strong, but their HPS output is a little bit lower. Well, it is lower. That's not going to be an exaggeration. It is lower than what it used to be. In terms of covenants that were considered to be strong for Holy Paladin throughout BFA, you had, again, Divine Toll for Kyrian has been considered to be strong for Holy Paladin for pretty much the whole of beta. You have things like Ventiers, Ashen Hollow, which actually can be very good if you make good use out of it, but the big issue with that Covenant, it's a 4-minute cooldown. 4-minute cooldown versus a 1-minute AoE cooldown that you get with Divine Toll. I feel like in Mythic Plus there is literally no competition for Divine Toll, but you can see that Blizzard is trying to change it. I would not be surprised if Blizzard is going to make more Covenant changes, because I think Blizzard does not want you to be like immediately, hey, it's only Divine Toll that I have to go. Divine Toll is the best for both Raids and Mythic Plus. I think Blizzard really, and you can see that Blizzard has made a lot of changes recently. They nerfed legendaries that were being, or the outlier legendaries. Legendaries for classes that would be considered to be good in Raids and Mythic Plus, like Resto Druid's Memory of the Mother Tree has been nerfed. You have to look at certain Discipline Priest legendaries being nerfed. You have to look at the Mistweaver Monk legendary that was far too strong and everyone was saying was going to get nerfed. Got nerfed. You can see that Blizzard doesn't want certain abilities to be too strong in every single content, and they want you to make sacrifices, which, again, do I feel good about that? Let's not hit anybody. Vanquisher's Hammer, Holy Shock, Crusader Strike, Wall of Glory, Light of Dawn is going to automatically trigger. Everyone has a buff on them right now. And it's dead. Or it should be dead very soon. Honestly, at this point in time, it's relatively scary to be a Holy Paladin because I don't know where Blizzard is going with the playstyle or gameplay in Raids. Before today, if you were asking me what is going to be the playstyle for Raids, I would have, without hesitation, would have said it's most likely going to be the range build, where you're going to be using your Holy Light. But to be honest, I'm expecting a lot of shuffling in the next couple of days, and I don't know what I would say right now. I think there's going to be a lot of divide between Holy Paladins who like melee and Holy Paladins who like range. In my opinion, okay, Vanquisher's Hammer. We're gonna use Wall of Glory, Light of Dawn hit everybody, Holy Shock, Hammer. I have done a different video a while back where I was using Vanquisher's Hammer and I was using Marad's Dying Breath, which kind of makes you use Light of the Martyr more often, and then there is a conduit as well that makes Light of the Martyr transfer bigger. So there is certain synergy. Again, it's very dangerous, but with Vanquisher's Hammer there is a potency conduit that actually heals you. So there are certain builds with Vanquisher's Hammer. There are multiple builds that could be interesting, but again, this video is not an indication of what's going to be the strongest. This is merely just some testing and how it feels in terms of gameplay. I'm relatively happy with the quality of life improvements that Vanquisher's Hammer received, because it no longer feels bad to use or like awkward to use. It doesn't have this one holy power requirement, but instead its damage has been reduced in terms of the amount of damage that it did, in terms of the healing that my Glimmer healed for. Again, Glimmer of Light has been nerfed, and I was trying out Glimmer of Light to see how much healing is going to account for, how much damage is going to account for. And this is just my initial testings of this. But if there's one thing that you're going to take away from this video is that Holy Paladin is very volatile, and honestly, I'm not even sure what's going to happen when Shadowlands is released. I'm not sure what's going to happen when the raid is going to be released, which is going to be 2 weeks after the initial Shadowlands release. I think it's relatively scary to see where Holy Paladin is going to go.